Washington Redskins. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Now a former New Mexico Lobo, it's Jarrell Presley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll run. It's Presley. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Presley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Gatling to throw it. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And the tackle there will go to Ryan Anderson.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. On the ground with a tight end. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They hand off to their big tight end. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Adam Shaheen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Here's Hetling to throw. And he drops this off to Townsend, complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! White 90! White 90!
They'll throw it here. Hetling. He'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on, and it's 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. This is Cohen. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trubisky will throw. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and just like that, it's third down. They go play action with Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here. A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Go!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get into the... Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Etling. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Back to throw, Etling. And his throw is incomplete.
Understand why they've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Richardson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. It's caught. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Heavy on the edges.
Now Etling steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll give it to him up the middle. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On the run, this is Presley. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Matt Ioannidis in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. And here come the Redskins now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! What? None!
Right back to him on 1st down. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on first down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 56 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Blue, blue, blue.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. And he's able to put it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a carry here for Presley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep and got his man complete. Washington. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Trubisky to throw on second. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Chicago! Taylor Gabriel with what they'll score a 106-yard return. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. On third and goal, Trubisky. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get him to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ryan Anderson. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. D'Anthony Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
They'll drop the throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards through the air on a first down. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Flex round!
looking to throw it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hetling to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come on, let's go.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Flex round. Flex round.
They'll throw it here. Hetling. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's loose again. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Bears.
Again, helping partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Now Parkey for the extra point. Starkey adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go!
He'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. To throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Let's go!
Etling. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Come on, let's go!
Back to throw, Etling. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Ryan Anderson with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at about the 28. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run again with Presley. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Let's go! Grand 38!
Now Etling. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Dumps it off for Geis. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Flex round! Flex round!
time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Ohio! Ohio!
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6.
Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Hut! Hut!
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it looks like the Bears are going to win the football game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep. They'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.